people, by the end of this video, but only if you watch it all the way until the end, I will have convinced you to meditate. I will make such a persuasive argument that you won't be able to not meditate. You will have been hypnotized to meditate. There will be no resistance, no effort, no struggle. You're simply going to sit down, close your eyes, and meditate. But first, let me just say that if you don't learn to meditate, your life is going to be fine. It's not like everybody meditates, although Tim Ferriss did say that the most common practice among the high-performance people he interviewed for his book, Tools of the Titans, was meditation, so you'll just be missing out on all the benefits, which I'm sure you've heard about. It helps reduce stress and anxiety, improves our focus, enhances self-awareness, making us more emotionally intelligent, elevates our mood, improves our sleep, increases compassion, enhances our memory, and helps loosen the grip of addictions. But you probably already knew that because countless articles and stories have been written about meditation. Celebrities have been talking about it. All kinds of apps have been launched. Maybe you have friends that meditate and are always telling you how amazing it is, which is annoying. And so now you don't want to do it because it's trendy, maybe even a fad. But did you know that that's how exercise started back in the 70s? People didn't used to work out. It wasn't a thing. But then the young, charismatic Steve Prefontaine became a running sensation at the Oregon Track Club. And Frank Shorter became the first American in 64 years to win the marathon at the Olympics in 1972. That same year, Nike put out their first ever waffle sole running shoe, and all of a sudden, everybody was jogging.
I believe it's jogging or yogging. It might be a soft J. I'm not sure, but apparently you just run.
Then the movie Pumping Iron came out with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and everybody wanted to go to the gym and get muscles. And then the aerobics craze and jazzercise and Jane Fonda and Richard Simmons. It was a fad, but it stuck because exercise is good for us. And when we do it, we feel good. The same is true of meditation. I think it's on its way to becoming something that we all do because we know it's good and necessary for our mental and emotional health, especially when there are so many distractions, so many things pulling at our attention. We need a practice to regain control of our mind and our focus. Because isn't our sense of reality predicated on where and how we focus our attention? Isn't reality just the culmination of what we choose to look at and the meaning we give it? And if our attention is being directed and defined by forces outside ourselves, instead of actively and intentionally being directed by us, are we really free? Or are we just a slave to the matrix, to the algorithm, giving our life force energy over to feeding the machine? If you want to be able to consciously create your life, you must have awareness and control over your thoughts. And there is no better practice for that than meditation. It's easy, I promise you. There is nothing complicated or mystical about it. It's simply closing your eyes, sitting still, and focusing on your breathing, the rise and fall of your chest or the air going in and out of your nose. Now, as soon as you start, almost immediately your mind is going to begin to wander. That's normal. You'll start thinking about something you forgot to do or someone you have a crush on. And then suddenly you'll notice that your mind is wandering and be like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be meditating. You have not failed meditation. You haven't done anything wrong. That's what meditation is. It's a practice of noticing, of becoming aware of our wandering mind, and then gently bringing our attention back to the breath, back to the present moment, focusing on what you choose to focus on. And the more you do that, the stronger that awareness becomes. And over time, you'll start to notice your thoughts just floating by like clouds in the sky. Thoughts of anger, jealousy, sadness, desire. You simply begin to observe them, curious, without any judgment. And then you'll realize, and this is the big breakthrough moment, that you are not your thoughts. You are the conscious awareness observing your thoughts. And it's that separation, that disidentification that gives us freedom. Because now, instead of being a slave to our monkey mind, to our habitual unconscious thinking and all the anxiety, frustration, and fear that comes with it, we can sit back and calmly notice the whole drama being played out. It's like waking up and realizing you're a character in a movie. But more than that, you realize you can now write the movie. Because reality is not fixed, it's a construct. It's a manifestation of what and how we think. And if we can learn to master what and how we think and learn to direct those thoughts intentionally, we can create any reality we want. I'd recommend downloading an app to get started. I've used Headspace, which I thought was great, but I've heard Calm and Waking Up are also excellent. There are countless books on meditation and many different approaches and techniques, all valuable. You may want to find a teacher or a class. When I was starting out, I found it much easier to meditate in a group than I did at home alone. But now that you've watched this video all the way through, you can be certain that sometime in the near future, maybe even the moment this video ends, you will begin developing a practice of meditation and mindfulness that will bring peace to your life and set you free.